Jeff, I really didn't mean for this to happen. Isn't there anything I can do to fix it?
Unless you have $35,000 just laying around, no, you can't.
We can't tell Scott about this. He would flip on us. And after the last time he flipped out on me, I'd rather that not happen again.
I can agree with that. I can't believe I shrunk down. I mean, really, this is the lowest point of my day. No pun intended.
I'm sorry. But that was pretty funny.
Yeah, of course you laugh. You're not the one who's 5 inches tall.
Actually, if you recall, I was the one that grew to 50 feet tall and destroyed most of downtown LA. So forgive me if I don't feel that much sympathy towards you.
Okay. Look. Fighting with each other isn't gonna fix anything. We need to figure out a way to reverse this.
Right. So where do we begin?
If I recall, the chemical you mixed in was obviously not used in the other tubes. So if we can identify which chemical that was, perhaps we can find a way to reverse and get me back to size.
It's certainly worth a shot. I'll grab the chemicals. Alright, here are the chemicals. How do you expect to find which chemical I used if there's 3 of them?
We'll need to get the mass of each of the 3 tubes. That'll tell us which one was used.
So basically, science. We're going to use science to figure it out. That's a rather boring approach, don't you think?
I'm sorry, but who among the 2 of us is actually a scientist? That's right, me. So until you have a few PhDs under your belt, we're gonna do it my way. The correct way. Got it?
Yes, I understand. Sorry.
It's alright. Now, carefully, grab that scale on the counter behind you.
The tan one?
Yes, and bring it over here.
Alright, it's over here. Now what?
Place the tubes on the scale. We always keep them filled with about 16 fluid ounces, just as a precaution. So if any of the tubes are lower than that, then we have our tube.
That sounds easy enough. Tube number 1. It's not tube number 1. Moving on to tube number 2. Here we go. It's not that one either. So tube number 3 must be our tube.
Let's put it on the scale just to be sure. I'm guessing it's going to be between 8.5 to 10 ounces.
Alright. Tube number 3. Here we go. Yup, that's definitely the tube.
Huh. So that's what made me shrink? I wouldn't have guessed that one.
If you don't mind me asking, what exactly is that liquid?
It's basically a broken down form of the growth formula. Even so, it has quite a bit of an effect on living and non-living objects.
Okay, so how do we reverse it?
We need to mix it with the finished tubes. This will take some time. Are you up to the task, Amanda?
I think so. Just tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get to work.
President Paxon, you, wanted to see me.
Oh, Dr. Henry, please come in. Take a seat.
Thank you. May I ask what the nature of this meeting is?
Yes. Well, as I'm sure you're quite aware, we had someone steal a good portion of your mixture you made.
Of course. Jeff and I have been reviewing the security tapes and found that it was someone within the facility that did it.
Wait. Someone within our facility stole the tubes? How do you know this?
Because at the time the thief took the tubes, the lab would have been sealed tight, meaning it would have been impossible to break in unless you had the key to the lab.
Well, this is certainly quite the update. Either way, In events like this, the board usually leans toward the decision to close down any department that has been targeted by theft or anything of the sorts.
Hold on. Are you serious? You'd close our lab just because someone stole a few tubes?
Dr. Henry, I think we both know those tubes weren't just any old tubes. Those tubes held the key to giving people the upper hand on life. Take, for instance, the giant woman who tore most of downtown apart.
They never proved that she grew from my lab's work.
Perhaps not, but later that same night, there was a report of a boat captain calling in a sighting of another giant woman. She didn't attack his ship, thank goodness, but he did make it clear that she was willing to do anything to keep dominance over everything.
Do you happen to know around what time that woman appeared?
Let me see. It was around 4 a.m.
That's gotta be our thief.
And how are you so sure about that? If the giant woman who tore up downtown supposedly wasn't using your mixture, then how could this other giant woman be proof that she did?
Because we didn't get a clear look at the thief's face, but we could make out a feminine body form.
Dr. Henry, you're a great scientist and a great man who I've known for a very long time. However, I feel this time you just can't get out of it.
Get out of it? What are you talking about? What the hell do you mean by it?
It pains me to have to tell you this, but as of this afternoon, all your work, along with any projects you are currently working on, will be terminated and removed off immediately.
President Paxon, with all due respect, the work I am doing will help millions of people. If you take that away, you're taking the opportunity of bettering the lives of so many people who could use it. I strongly urge you to reconsider your decision.
I'm sorry, Dr. Henry, but the board's decision is final. We just can't have any more issues like this happen in the future. I'm truly sorry.
If you were truly sorry, then you wouldn't be doing this to me, to my department.
Well, that was easier than I thought it would be. This is President Paxon of the Henry Institute. I've successfully completed the mission. Awaiting your orders, ma'am.
All right. I think we have the right amount of both mixtures. Now comes the moment of truth.
Or, and hear me out here, we wait just a little bit longer and study your current state. You know, for research.
Amanda, as much as I love that you're starting to think like a scientist, I've been this small for about half an hour now. I really don't want to be tiny for any longer.
Jeff, you would be wise not to argue with a person who is literally bigger than you.
Amanda, are you threatening me?
I wouldn't quite say threatening, more pressuring you to do the right thing before something bad happens to you.
Okay. Let's hold off on the mixture for just a minute. Now, please explain to me what you plan to study about me at this size. I'm basically the size of a cucumber here.
Well, for starters, how fast, strong, and flexible you are.
Flexible? Amanda, I do not like where you're going with this.
Well, you better, or you and I are gonna have quite a rough time in here. Now come here.
No! Amanda, let go of me!
Jeff, you'd do your best not to squirm.
As if today couldn't get any worse.
Hey, Scott! Is everything okay?
No, everything is not okay. The president of the facility is closing our lab and destroying all the good work we did here.
Wait, I thought you owned this place. Doesn't that mean you have a higher position than the facility's president?
Unfortunately, no. I was dumb enough to sign over all power to run the facility to him so I could focus on the scientific aspects of my work.
Yeah, that was kind of a dumb decision if you ask me.
Yeah, that's very clear. 15 years later. I'm sorry, this is not how I wanted you to see me. How are you?
Me? Oh, I'm just great. Couldn't be better.
That's good. May I ask why your hands are behind your back? Did you take something? I swear if you took something, this thing between the two of us is over. Hold on a minute. What happened to the mixer and where's Jeff?
Well, I can answer both of your questions, actually, starting with where Jeff is.
Okay. So where is he?
He's, in my hand.
How? I mean, why is Jeff tiny?
Well, see, the answer to that answers what happens to the mixer. See, he had tasked me with watching the mixer, but unfocused me here thought it would be fine to leave and come back. However, when I came back, the mixture had blown up, and I found Jeff on the floor covered in the mixture.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. So, essentially, all this is your fault.
Yeah, sorry.
Amanda, things like this is why the board is shutting us down. Jeff, are you all right?
Besides my pride being hurt, I'm as peachy as you can get.
We need to get him back to his normal size, now.
Like, right now? Because I really wanted to do some tests with him at this size.
Amanda!
Okay. Gosh, a girl can't have a few minutes of fun these days.
Did Jeff come up with a way to reverse this?
We think so. We mixed a bit of the new chemical with the chemical that made me grow.
That could work. I suppose it's worth a shot.
Yeah, anytime you want to get on that would be just fine with me. It's not like I'm in a hurry for anything to grow back.
All right, place him on the chair.
All right, here you go, Jeff. Sorry about getting a bit possessive.
All is forgiven. Now, please, just please, get me back to normal.
Applying mixture in 3, 2, 1. Applying mixture.
Well, how do you feel?
I don't feel any different. I actually feel about the same.
I'd say that worked. You're back to your normal size.
Oh, thank the heavens. The world is so much bigger when you're tiny.
It's the reverse when you're gigantic. Believe me.
I'm just glad it worked.
Likewise. Now, what's this about closing us down and destroying everything?
Apparently the morning the tubes were stolen, there was a report of another giant woman in the Pacific Ocean, which I find rather interesting, seeing it was only 2 hours after our tubes went missing.
So you think this other woman was the one who stole our tubes and used them on herself? Why would anyone want to go through what I did?
This world gets weirder and weirder, and so do the reasons for doing things.
If it was her, maybe we could find the person who made the report and ask for a description.
I like the enthusiasm, Jeff. I do. But the person who reported it was the boat captain, and he's since hid himself from public eye.
There has to be something we can do, though.
You're right, Amanda. There is. But I'm not sure how well it'll work.
What will work? What are you thinking, Scott?
We take the remaining tubes to my house and see if the thief comes for more.
Is that safe?
It's totally safe. And it's only about 56% likely to cause brain damage or illness when not stored properly.
I'm sorry, what?
Guys, what better option do we have?
I say we try it. If we get sick and die, we can just blame it on Scott.
Thanks for backing me up, honey. I can really feel the love in the air as we speak.
That's not love. That's just insanity. Maybe a little bit of the radiation from the tube you're holding as well.
I don't have time for this. I'm grabbing all the tubes I can. You two either join me or get the hell out of my way.
All right. I guess I'll help you.
God help us. All of us.